3, 2, 1. What can we do the theme song first?
Party nerds, party nerds. We don't have our theme here with us, so you're gonna have to hear my horrible singing.
All right, we're here with Party Nerds at the Coleco Expo 2017. We're gonna get right down to it. Party Nerds versus Coleco Death Cage match. Ready to go? Can I hear some noise?
This is Coleco After Hours. We're wrapping up our first day at the show. New Jersey Convention and Expo Center. We'll be here tomorrow all day. And I don't know what you guys are doing after this. Y'all going out?
Oh, we party. That's what we do.
We'll do what we normally do.
We're not used to North Jersey, but we're going to find somewhere around here to get some partying.
I don't know if they're ready for you guys.
Oh, they're not.
So with Party Nerds, I heard you guys are blowing up numbers-wise. There's like man followers everywhere. Like, how did it get to that point? Where did it start? How did it get there anyway?
Believe it or not, we actually started as a party events company years ago. Jorge Vergara, who's not here, we used to do in Atlantic City. We used to do a lot of fashion shows, body paint shows, like superheroes. We had people painted as Iron Man and different things like that. And what happened was, in time, our party started getting a reputation. And then just being the nerds we are, one day we went to New York Comic Con. We were like, yo, let's start a social media site. Nice. So once we did that 3 years ago, I mean, it just started blowing up. So we have a presence. We're the Party Nerds on Instagram, Party Nerds on Facebook, and right now we got over 200,000 followers, and it's kind of cool. It's kind of dope. So
Nice,
we
guys.
rock it out.
You guys were doing cosplay before cosplay was even cool.
It's funny you said that, because I would always say, like, back in the day, I would work out in the gym and I would have my Superman shirt on. People would be like, "Oh, nice shirt, you loser," Now in the gym, nowadays, like everyone's wearing it. Like everybody. I saw Aquaman the other day, and I'm like, man, I ain't nothing no more.
Superman came cool when Shaq started having the Superman bed. Everything was Superman tattoos.
Oh, you said Shaq? You're not talking about that horrible movie he was in. What was that?
Steel.
Steel was the worst.
Shazam or something.
Oh, Shazam.
Shazam.
No.
Hold up.
Oh, yeah, that's a
Before we keep going. 200. Oh, damn. That many followers. Most people here know y'all, but why don't you go ahead and introduce yourselves? Tell us who each of you are.
I'm Darnell. Yep, and I'm a party nerd. I'm a brunette. Hi, everybody.
Party Nerds.
I've been Coleco free for 5 years now. Thank you. Thank you. Woo!
My name is Aubrey, and I am a Coleco addict, so I was completely in heaven today with this.
Yes!
By the way, she's our Star Wars girl. Any Star Wars fans out there?
Yeah.
We got 7 of them.
I'm Devin Wade, and I'm trying not to cuss because there's a little kid in front of me. Right here, man. It's like,
hard. Who's up, Wade?
I can't be me right now.
We are censored right now.
I'm Jervis Peterson from the hit television show Survivor.
Hey! Who likes Survivor in
So
here?
if you like reality television, you can thank me. If you hate it, you can blame me. It's all good.
I got a question about that though.
Okay.
I think you're from Willenburg, right?
Yes, sir.
You ate the rat on television.
Yes, I did.
What?
This man ate a rat!
Yeah, I remember that.
What?
Oh yeah.
I didn't know this, man.
It was good.
Honey roasted.
Don't taste like chicken, I'll tell you that.
It tastes like damn rat.
But I've been a comic book head for years. Used to collect all that stuff. Into superheroes and Marvel, DC. That's my stuff right there. Love it to death. Watch everything they put out, from the cartoons, the anime, on down the line. So, yeah, I just love this whole nerdy world of it.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Ed from the Party Nerds.
Your boy.
AJ.
You're a mean
We're the
one.
gaming correspondents with the Party Nerds. I've been a gamer all my life since I can easily remember. First system was the Sega Genesis with Sonic the Hedgehog 2 specifically, and I've just been gaming ever since. And since I started with the Party Nerds, I've just been going to all types of conventions just to get experience, and this has just been a blast being here.
Yo, and I'm AJ, I'm your main man, and I've been a gamer ever since I skipped going to Disney to play Mega Man 8. That was Mega Man 8 is the game.
Wait.
I didn't know that.
I can attest this. This is my brother, and we were actually in Disney World, and I don't even know if you were there before. We're like, yo, we're going to Disney World. He was like, I'm not going nowhere. I'm like, you're in Disney. You've never been here.
You skipped Disney.
Shout out to Donnie for actually staying back with me while everyone else went.
Yeah, I was like, you're playing Mega Man. I was like, all right. Yep.
You gotta play Mega Man, and I'm also the Pokemon expert. I got the Pokemon shirt.
You got the Bulbasaur tattoo. Yeah, you're right.
So before
She
we go any
is
further,
Pikachu.
she's Pikachu.
Y'all should battle right now. Just be like,
What's your highest
Who
rank
would
in
win on that
Pokemon?
anyway?
Like highest rank Pokemon? Oh man, that's a complicated question.
Alright. We'll talk about it later.
Whole other show. So the little girl in the front, right? Were you the comic book girl? Were you selling comic books? Yeah. Who here bought a comic book? I bought at least 2 comic books for this girl right here. That's a saleswoman right here. So
yo, if you got comics,
don't let her fool you.
Yo, look, she's a hustler too.
She
She's
is
like,
a hustler.
I got these comics right here. What you need? I got Spider-Man.
So I got that Spider-Man in the back. Let's go.
Right.
So wait. So what I understand is we're doing DC versus Marvel, and we're taking Marvel.
All right.
What?
Hell no. It doesn't work like that.
So
I might have to jump side.
we said tonight's topic was going to be, we're talking about the Marvel, the comic book cinematic universe. Pretty much throughout the years, you guys know, it pretty much started with Iron Man 10 years ago. When that, technically before that with X-Men. When did X-Men come out? What year was it?
1999.
Right. But I'm just saying comic book movies, then we're going to go into the cinematic.
okay.
So, and X-Men kind of brought the comic books real big on the big screen again.
But Blade did it first and did it right. Let's
But
show
people don't
Blade some
consider. But
I
people don't
understand
consider
that, but
Blade. They don't even know
Are y'all
that
on the
Blade
same
exists.
team or what?
Right. Listen. Right.
That combined power to fight
Right.
everybody else.
Blade don't count. It does legally, but the general public does not know that Blade is a comic book.
I know I found out a lot later that Blade is Marvel.
Oh, see, even you.
I didn't know that.
Exactly.
Right? What kind of black nerd am I? I don't know. Blade word. All right. So pretty much when Iron Man started 10 years ago with Robert Downey Jr., great casting by the way. It they started this a 10-year plan, and right now we're actually going on, close to 10 years where they're wrapping up a whole story arc. And if you guys are familiar with the Infinity Wars, Infinity Stone, and they just took their time with it. Now our whole thing with DC. It's like they were kind of late to the ball game. They had the Christian Bale. Like who here likes the Christian Bale Batman?
Oh yes.
Okay. Now
Most of you guys.
and did you guys like the one with Heath Ledger as the Joker?
Yeah.
The Dark Knight.
I mean, if anyone said no, we were just like ridiculing you. Like,
Walk out. Just go.
So here's my question to you guys and everyone out there: What was that better than the first Avengers movie?
The Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight or the first Avengers movie? Which one?
Definitely Avengers.
Hold up, the first one?
No, the one with Heath Ledger, the Dark Knight.
Wait, is the Dark Knight better than
a movie. You
Avengers?
shouldn't even compare
They're
them.
very different.
I'm trying to
They're very different
take the
movies.
best of DC and go up against the best of
But
Marvel.
it's a tough way to compare them because if you were comparing Justice League against Avengers, you could do that. I mean,
Yeah.
this is an ensemble cast that we've waited years to see on screen together when they did Avengers.
Yeah.
That trumps it all. Even though that Christian Bale Dark Knight with the Joker Heath Ledger was awesome, but I wouldn't even compare the two.
You see, no, you need to pick a different film to compare it to. Instead of like The Dark Knight, you should use the Academy Award-winning film Suicide Squad.
There's no sarcasm.
No comparison.
Well, now let me ask you guys: did you see any of those movies?
Yeah.
So which one did you like? Did you like Avengers? Were you Marvel heads, or did you like?
Marvel heads.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you liked Avengers more?
Yes.
Okay.
And then Suicide Squad, absolutely.
So you like Suicide Squad?
No, I like Avengers more, is what I said.
Okay.
How about The Dark Knight though? Dark Knight or The Avengers?
The Avengers.
Okay.
I mean,
This
like
is a much
anything
better
that
debate.
DC did.
Wait.
How do you feel about Henry Cavill?
Oh boy.
Oh God! Here we go with this
Let's
boring.
get to the real question.
She has a crush on Henry Cavill, by the way. So he doesn't have to say anything in the movie. Just like I'm super.
Yeah, he doesn't do anything.
Yes, he does. He's very brooding.
He's terrible.
and-
Brooding. Superman shouldn't be brooding.
He's one of the wackest. He's a terrible actor.
But really, how do you feel about him?
He's
As Superman.
He has the chin. That's what it is.
Yeah.
You like clefts and chin? You like butt chins? She likes. She
Let's talk about Suicide Squad. You guys weren't even down with the casting.
Suicide Squad was a good movie.
Come on, I didn't ask you guys. Settle down.
Will Smith was very well cast.
Okay, that's it.
Wait, somebody.
It was pretty decent. No complaints.
Who's,
Yeah.
Everything else
wait, somebody just said. What did you just say?
I said Will Smith is the only good
I'm sorry.
No. I can agree with the movie was actually all right though. It's an okay movie.
Wait, you're crazy.
No,
It's an okay movie.
Everybody on the
Okay,
stage
well,
has been
who's
hating
buying
on
up?
that movie
Who's
until
dressing
right
up like
now.
Harley
so.
Quinn and who's dressing up like Will Smith?
Yeah, you
Let's
guys
be
don't
honest.
like it?
You know what I'm saying?
Wait, say it again?
Harley Quinn. Everybody's dressing up like Harley Quinn everywhere, right?
Yeah.
They nailed that character right there.
No,
the character.
no. It was already a more popular character. It was already a more popular character. People were going to be Harley
People
Quinn
weren't dressing
regardless.
up like Harley Quinn before that movie.
Yeah,
What? No, that's not true. That's not true. That was just a different version. No, hold on, wait. That was just a different version of Harley Quinn. People been dressing up like Harley Quinn.
They have been, but that movie exploded the character.
Exactly.
Yes, but it's only because of that character's been popular since she was created for Batman the Animated
Like the
Series.
90s. No one cares about Will Smith's character.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, but
This
people,
guy likes
people
Will
only
Smith.
care
No,
about
absolutely.
Harley Quinn now because she has a love thing with the Joker. That's why.
But
they
wait,
care about her.
I hate that. That's such a
Very-
dysfunctional.
That's what people see when they see Harley Quinn. Don't you ever see all those couples who are dressing up as Harley Quinn and the Joker,
It's very
even though they like
disturbing
try to kill
because-
each other?
Yeah, I'm
It's so
confused by that. And
innocent.
don't get it wrong, like
Psychopathic.
I love the complexity of the Joker. His relationship with Harley is really an abusive relationship. It's not good. I mean, all in all, you got to really look at it. It's not healthy, but that's what they created it to be like that. So people like, oh, we're Joker and Harley. I was like, what, y'all beat the crap out of each other at home? But no, seriously, that's not good. Ultimately, but going back to the topic with the movie, the reason I didn't like Suicide Squad, aside from mediocre casting, I did like Will Smith. That Enchantress at the end with her pop lock-in, that was what. It was like, the end looked like the old Ghostbusters back in the day. And I'm just like, is that Gorgon or Zool or whatever? Gozer.
Sigourney Weaver.
Sigourney Weaver, yes. So, Suicide Squad is a movie we will never talk of.
All right, so here's the thing. I think Marvel has over 15 films, whereas DC in the extended universe has had like 3 or 4 at this point. It's pretty easy to lean towards Marvel in the movie realm, but DC is a lot more like neck and neck with Marvel when it comes to the TV shows. Like when you compare like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. to Gotham, of course Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is better.
Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is trash.
Both shows suck.
When you compare,
I don't watch either.
Both of them.
Gotham is so much better on many levels.
you're wrong, and you have.
Hey, what did you say? You said the
I'm
storyline-
older, so I'm right, of
So
course.
I like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., but the storyline gets old after a while.
I think
Thank
all of
you.
them
It's
do.
always the same thing.
All of them do. I start trying to catch up on all that Flash dog. It's terrible. It's the same. It's the same shit every time.
Sorry, sweetie. He's talking like ships.
I'm fighting it, man, but I can't. I'm listening.
Well, first of all, I do agree that it started off really good with the CW. They had the Flash, Legends of Tomorrow, but after the 4th season, you gotta change it up. It is getting kind of redundant. But now Netflix, on the other hand, with the Jessica Jones, Luke Cage, my man, and Luke Cage and Daredevil, I love that. To me, it's Punisher. Yes.
You're just gonna skip over.
I was gonna say, why
Iron Fist, man. Show us what
Iron
you're
Fist.
Iron Fist was trash.
Hey, well, you still gotta drop his name.
No.
Yeah, the fight when it's like a video game, that was good. That was one good episode,
That was it with the Trump. It was like,
But, I mean, ultimately. But, yeah, like I said, I still think that Marvel, going back to what we were saying, Marvel has every movie is leading up to the movies coming out in the next couple of years. I think DC jumped on that bandwagon too late. They were like, oh, wait, now let's do, in the last movie they had, Batman vs. Superman. Save that. I think they rushed into that. I think
Their formula was different,
Yeah.
and I think that it suffered as a result. Like
agree.
Marvel, we all got a chance to attach ourselves to the individual characters with Marvel before they all came together with Avengers. But with DC, it's like we're seeing them together, and now we're getting the individual movies.
they're being force-fed
So,
down our throat.
I mean, nobody here thinks that Marvel characters are easier to make live action movies out of than DC. I feel like DC's characters feel more like mythical
Godlike.
and stupid. And no, seriously, no. Think about this.
Mythical and
No,
stupid.
No, I need you to really think about this. Marvel characters, for the most, not all of them. There's characters that deal with like gods and all of that, but most of the time it's technology, science that turns somebody into
Mutation.
something. So you can grasp that. A guy that lives in the sea and talks to fish and controls the water and the animals, but it's not because of a scientific thing. A woman from a different island that you can't reach that has all of these powers. It's folklore types of like mythical characters, and it's cornier. When you bring them together in real life and look at it, it's a certain cheesiness that comes with it. You got Superman, he's basically invincible, but you have to figure out a way to make him get hurt.
I hear you, but the thing is, but these characters, if you ask me who I grew up loving DC characters. Like I collected
in a comic form.
Yeah, I collected all the Green Lantern comics. I love Batman and Superman, and it was the one I wanted. Like when Batman: Dawn of Justice came out, I wanted to see that movie so bad. I was so excited.
Don't start this shit. Yeah. He's about to go down a dark path. He vents about this every show.
You don't like Superman versus Batman? Like, what could DC do?
Nothing.
What would?
No.
What they did with Wonder Woman
You're
was
in charge of
phenomenal.
DC.
Yes. I
You're in charge
I
of
thought
DC.
that was
What are you doing?
fantastic.
All right, so listen.
You're trying to catch up.
So look, Wonder Woman, right? It's
Yes.
great by itself. But once you stand her next to a guy that can talk to fish, and then you stand her next to a guy that came from outer space and that can do what he does, and then you stand him next to another, it starts to look stupid no matter what. The Green Lantern's powers, anything I imagine will appear is this green ring. So it's like I think of a green tennis racket and smack someone with it. I think of a green.
But that's the comedy in it.
Let's take female characters only, right? Compare them then. Who's going to be Wonder Woman and Harley Quinn?
Well, they're already working on a Birds of Prey type of thing, and not really with Wonder Woman, but
they're working on something called the Gotham City Sirens.
the Gotham City Sirens, that's what it is. As far as people, don't get it wrong. And although Devin's saying this, he loves these characters. Devin's an artist, and we're not saying we can't stand DC. We love this. I think we're saying on screen it's just harder.
In a movie setting, the same way comic book characters naturally look corny or dressed like that. Like you think if a person has powers, he's going to really wear a tight suit? No, you know what I mean. So you find a way. They try to find a way to make.
I'm going to fight power, but I got to pee.
So when they make Deadpool, they figure out a way to make his suit look more tactical, so that it looks like something that somebody might really wear. Dim the colors down a little bit so it doesn't look hokey or cheesy. For DC characters, it's almost impossible to do that with their characters. No one would accept an iconic figure like Wonder Woman in a different suit. So she has to wear that.
But to answer his question too, what DC would have to do, honestly, I hate to say this, they would have to almost have a clean slate.
No, they don't.
Wait. The reason I'm saying clean slate because they a race started, they tripped out the gate. When they had that first, and the reason I'm going to bring up Batman vs Superman is because 1 second Wonder Woman's looking at a computer screen, you see Cyborg's logo, you see the Flash's logo, and it doesn't make sense because it's like, wait a minute, like who created these logos, right? There was no it's like whoever put the money behind this project just rushed it.
Dumb.
And yes, even though these characters are hokey, larger than life, if you write it well, you can make us believe it.
I'll tell you what they have to do. What they have to do is stay true to their characters. That's the one thing Marvel has done. They've stayed true to these characters that they know so well. They hire a guy to be in charge to run everything. The Kevin Feige's of the world, and they know these properties. So no matter what director you bring in, what actor you bring in, you get them all on the same page.
But do you think
DC has dropped the ball with that?
Do you think the
DC
trueness
doesn't
of the
necessarily
characters
bring
work?
in the good actors for their characters.
Except for
Ben
Henry Cavill.
Ben Affleck as Batman, he doesn't do it for me.
But he's a great
No.
Batman.
Oh no, he's the best Batman. He's the best Batman.
But see, this is why. Now let me ask you this question.
Order. There's fighting right now in the audience.
But do you know what Batman he's portraying from the comics?
I feel like, and I don't have a whole lot of knowledge on the Superman Batman thing.
But she knows Ben Affleck.
But Ben Affleck has a handful of good movies. Let's be honest.
Like
Giggly.
Giggly was
You know
really
what
good.
Batman he's playing?
Isn't he
So
supposed to
good.
be playing a more darker, mysterious?
No, he's playing an
Batman?
older Batman.
Older.
A seasoned Batman who's been doing this for 20 plus years. So he's done it and seen it all. So now he's a little more hardened to things, because he's been doing it for so he's not a younger Batman like Christian Bale who's new to the game. So it's a different type of Batman. But if you don't know that, you may look at this Batman differently. Like, I don't get this Batman. Why he's so mad?
Oh wait,
Or
don't
why
get
he's
wrong.
broody
No,
so
no, no.
much.
I know
He's
this.
so
I
mad, though.
I just don't think he does a good job portraying Batman. Like,
But this
all right,
older Batman that he's playing, he's great.
I kind of really like.
She's right.
I personally,
He's like,
my
slow
favorite
down,
Batman,
Smurfette.
this is gonna be a really, really, really bad choice, but George Clooney as Batman.
No way!
We out, Party Nerds! No, we out! We're going! This is over! Yeah, I can't believe you said
She
that.
really said George Clooney as Batman.
I was on the
Order in the court. Order in the court.
That you just shot.
Wait,
your-
so wait, no
Damn.
wait. So wait, did you really like the bat nipples? You like the little, you know? You did. Y'all remember that? They actually put nipples on his bat costume.
She's on timeout for the next 5 minutes. Listen,
She's like, no how.
Hey, I admitted that it would sound really, really bad. Did I?
Ben Affleck is the best Batman there ever was to me. The idea, huh? Yeah, yes he is. And on top of that, the way that they went about it, like in the movies with that guy, I'm not even going to name him either. When no one's around, he's still like, now that's how that feels. What? Who does that?
But you know what?
Like, who's
I will say this
does that.
about I will say this about Michael Keaton. It's hard to compare the two because there's such a nostalgia factor to him. You know, he was the first that really broke the whole Adam and God rest his soul. Adam West was great. You know, and Batman is the type of character. There's different renditions of him. If you get a Batman comic back in the day, they had the real cartoon ones, and then they had the real dark ones created by Frank Miller. You know, I think Michael Keaton's was the first one to give us that kind of dark Batman. And I love Michael Keaton's Bruce Wayne. Like, I thought his Bruce was pretty good, you know. But I'm going to have to say that I still think Ben Affleck. And I didn't want that. First, I was like,
I
Ben
was
Affleck.
against it at first.
Yeah.
I was against it. I was proven wrong, and I apologize for that. I should have known. I should have known after you came out with The Town that you was that dude.
The Town was good.
That was good.
Yo, so can we all agree that even though the DC movies are generally kind of cruddy, censoring
Yes.
myself, the animated movies, those are that good. That premium choice.
DC puts some work in the animation market, and that's where they do trump Marvel in that as well.
Right.
By far.
Because it comes across better in an animated form. It's the characters, bro. Think about Superman. When are they going to lower Superman's powers so that it's easier to create story for him? When they tell you to write something and this dude is like God running around doing stuff, and you have to come up with reasons for why he can be.
But
It's
wait.
called kryptonite.
That's what makes it trash. Every time somebody finds kryptonite, they figure out how to use it in 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
But wait. But you're talking DC, but they kind of do that to Hulk too. There's even in the new movies coming out, like there's like Hulk in the comics, like at some point he's fighting Thanos. If you guys don't know Thanos, he's like Thanos.
No, listen. Right, but have you seen him? It's not the same though. Inside of they're making it work inside of the
frame of the
right in the movies. They're making it work. He's not coming across in that indestructible way.
I don't care about that. I don't like the fact. I love Christopher Reeves, the Boy Scout. Like back when they first did Superman, he was holding up a car. He was like, "Oh, trouble in the city." And I like the fact that if they would have made Batman versus Superman that hokey kind of Boy Scout versus the Dark Knight, you would have had a contrast.
That's trash.
No, wait. I think they missed the mark because they made Superman just as dark as Batman. Right, so they had two dark characters. So Superman's like, "Why am I here?" And Batman's just always
Because the
pissed.
reason that he did it, this is the problem that people don't understand about Zack Snyder when he made this movie. He made this movie for a reason, saying that right now today, if
This is our
Superman came
podcast
down
right
to this
now.
planet, how will we act? Y'all be freaking the hell out right now.
Yeah.
This god just came down.
Right.
He could wipe
Not
out
if it
this
was
whole
Henry
planet.
Cavill.
He can wipe out this whole planet by himself. You lose your stuff.
Yes. You lose your poopy.
That's what he was trying to get across. And Superman's conflicted right now what he should be to the people of this planet. Should he be their hero? Should he be their lord and governor and make them all bow down?
Right.
He's trying to figure this out, and that's why he's going through this whole transformation.
He's an asshole in the movie, and if you had a bunch of powers, you would most likely be somewhat of an asshole.
And you'll see in this new movie, the Justice League, that's going to turn. You're going to get your campy Superman, the more hope Superman that has those values that you've always seen from Superman.
Hopefully with a mustache.
So we can resolve this one and just say that right now, Marvel, even though we're the DC people, we think that if they do a good job with Justice League, it could like get them back on their feet. And then at that point, every other movie might, because Wonder Woman's great. Like
Just
they
stay
did
true to your
great.
That really restored
Own it.
hope in DC was Wonder Woman.
Because Zack Snyder didn't poison it.
Not the Academy Award winning film.
Patty Jenkins. We need to have Patty direct all the DC movies.
Let's swerve this DC Marvel for a second. Take a side route, right? Talk about indestructible characters, like almost godlike, nothing happens to them. Let's talk about like the last Fast and Furious. Fast 7, Fast 8, or whatever.
Oh my God, it pissed me off.
I didn't see it.
Handcuffs is bending bars like.
It's horrible.
Here's when I stopped watching Fast and Furious. When
After
what's his
Fast,
name?
Too Furious.
No, the other
Wait, actually, no. Tokyo Drift was good. I actually like
Cross
Tokyo
another bridge, lands on a
I
car,
like Tokyo Drift.
Yeah.
and he's still living. Yeah, these guys are like almost superheroes. Then the rocket like smash and he comes up out of the rubble and like a.
But don't you think they put that in because of the rise of superheroes? They want their characters now to be like that. I mean, I didn't see the
They're
last
pretty much
one.
superhero films at this point.
Yeah, they are. They are. I
That's what I'm
mean,
trying to get at.
number one, they can't die in regular car accidents for some reason in this. So even when they're plotting things like faking their friend's death, they'll just crash right into them, make them fall off a bridge, but they know like it's all an act. He's not dead.
They got
you know what I'm
nerve
saying?
We're cool.
Fast and Furious should have kept it at the cars and the street races.
I'm just waiting for Fast and the Furious in space. It's gonna get there.
Oh God!
Listen, Fast and Furious are entertaining movies. I don't even care about cars and stuff like that, and I watch them because they're funny. And Tyrese Gibson is in there representing for bald head black people. Tyrese, I'ma holler at you, bro. We got some business to talk about.
So, you know what?
But Tyrese and Ludacris together, they make it like.
I mean, yeah, it's dope with both of them, but Ludacris could go.
But they're entertaining.
No, them together.
Those are your summer blockbuster movies that it's just entertainment. If you take it that serious, that oh my God, they're not getting killed the way you couldn't live through that, then you're going above that other level. This is that popcorn movie that you just go.
It's like a long
to
music
be
video.
entertained, turn the brain off, and just.
That's a good way of saying it.
Triple X Part
It's like a
3 or
long
2
music
or whatever.
Well, they got
Yeah,
those.
It's the same thing.
They got those too, though.
So you know what? Because we're at the
They're
Coleco convention, we'd be remiss. Thank you. If we didn't talk about video games, and personally, and I will say this: growing up, I love Coleco games. Me and Aubrey always talk about Miner 49er,
Yes.
Ladybug, like Mr. Do, like it.
Adventure.
Burger Time.
Some of y'all are way too young.
Yep.
They had the steering wheel for the car game.
Yeah, pretty much all.
Yo, and that's why this
Yeah.
convention's so awesome because y'all
We're
actually
old.
y'all got those old games out there. You saw me. I went right on Popeye like I know exactly what to do. And I've been playing this since I was like 13 years old. I'm like I know what to do.
He was.
Can you tell who the older brother is?
Just by like 2 years.
Okay.
So I mean, so you guys are the game. So let me ask you: were you more? If you had to pick a system, you had to pick one system to keep everything else goes. NES.
Retro or
I'm going to name a bunch. Coleco. I know you're going to be political. Oh yes, of course, Coleco.
Let's say we can't pick that then.
All right,
Okay.
no
That's fair,
Coleco.
that's fair.
So Nintendo,
Nintendo, I'm just done.
Sega. wait, Nintendo, Sega, PlayStation, or Xbox?
I'm
PlayStation.
talking about Generation 1.
I'm just saying if you could just to keep one system out of all of them.
One stays, the other four go.
So you said Nintendo.
My PlayStation 2. I have like 70 games.
You need
Nice.
the Wii, bro.
I
What
have
about
like
the
70
Wii?
No.
The Wii's Nintendo.
That's not a system. That's
So
a
what's your Sega?
That's
Sega?
Nintendo.
That's it.
Yeah.
So what was your favorite system? Like
PS2.
Yeah.
I still have it.
you got how many games?
Dreamcast was the best one.
Wait. What about you guys? What was your answer?
Go ahead.
Is this
Altered
like
Beast.
You're stranded on an island and you have one system for the rest of your life, or is
And
this
electricity.
Like, what are we talking about? Nintendo.
Yeah, Nintendo, classic NES.
Yeah,
Definitely.
definitely.
No, but the problem is, if you're saying the rest of your life, a lot of these PlayStation, PS4 games, it's like you beat. You need a game that you can just always have good replay value. Like Nintendo, old school games, they had some good replay
Man,
value.
hell no, man. I'm picking PlayStation 4, bro. Like, yo, all of this 70, like, yo, there's There's 2 buttons on these old games. It's boring as hell. You get touched, you die. It's no way that the replay value is better than like UFC right now.
What about Ring King? You don't remember that game?
No game. Listen, we gotta face the fact that the new systems are just better than the old ones, and that's true.
There's too many buttons.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
why I love Coleco and
You have to learn
Atari.
all
It's
this
just
stuff. You just want to chill. Like they're supposed to have fun, man.
I'm not like, wait a minute.
It is fun.
Access this,
Right.
slash
Man,
this,
it's
like,
been
around
oh,
for
there's
so
too many.
buttons on it.
Right.
X, Y here, this dude, that dude, whatever.
Yo,
Why you go
Give me
hit
flash button.
how many body
joystick,
parts do
I'm
you got? You
good.
know what I'm saying? If you were fighting, you got arms, legs, you got stuff you got to use. You don't want to just got 2 things. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Exactly.
Yep, that's the Capcom code.
PlayStation 4. Because you have the PSN network. You can download all the PS3 games,
Yup.
all the PS2 games,
Yes.
all the PS1
Yes.
games.
Yes.
I get 4 generations for the price of
Hold
one.
up, I thought
Why
we
would
were on
I?
an island.
Yeah, with the PlayStation 4.
Yeah, we're adding to this
You
island.
didn't say how many games. You didn't say how many games though.
All right, no. If you were stranded on an island and you only had one game to play from any system,
one
what would it
game.
be?
One game forever.
Forever.
What did I just hear over there?
UFC.
No.
Wait a second. Are we by ourselves?
Yes.
All alone.
All alone.
And we've just played against the computer.
Yeah, it can't be a game
I was
you
gonna
can beat.
say
It has
Mario
to be.
Kart, but.
I would,
Yo,
personally, I would pick Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yes! No! Yes! Kingdom Hearts is great, but yeah, I'm with him. Kingdom Hearts.
Yo, forever's a long time. UFC got a lot of characters and weight classes on there.
At some
There's a lot
point,
of weight classes. UFC probably got like 500 dudes on there, man. I don't know.
I haven't played it yet, so you know.
It's the best fighting
I'm gonna
video
go
game
really
ever.
old school. I'm gonna say Tetris.
That makes sense.
Oh, Arby, how dare
I
you?
know.
Do tell, Tetris.
I love Tetris.
I would pick Bloody Roar. I don't know if anybody knows that one.
Wow, she really, that's an obscure
Well, I mean, like,
I
choice.
love
Bloody Roar?
Yeah, I wonder.
Bloody Roar.
It was like the animals that
specifically,
fought.
Bloody Roar
I remember
2,
that.
Specifically.
That one's good.
Yo, she got some knowledge, like it's hitting there. You about to explode with more. Yeah. she
Calm me
like
down a little bit.
she's home back her nerdiness. She's like she will self-destruct in 10.
No. Let's remember that she said George Clooney.
I like his nipples.
I have a thing for cheesy movies. That's why. I have a thing for cheesy movies.
Nothing wrong with that.
All right. So any other questions? Like,
So this is my own personal thing. The Superman Nintendo game. Did you ever play that? I can't get.
yo, I remember that.
Hold on, was that the little mint?
It was bad. He was like a rectangle.
That's all right. Superman 64.
One of the worst video games
No, I don't even
ever.
want to talk about that.
Wait a minute.
How do you get past the first board?
Hold on. That game, you're talking about the one with the mini guy with the big head?
You can't
Yeah.
even get past
No,
that.
listen.
That's it.
This was a dirty thing that happened in my childhood. I went to the store one day, and this was after playing. I don't know if you know about this
Cover your ears,
arcade.
please.
No, it's nothing bad like this. Arcade Superman game was marvelous. There was a blue Superman and a red one that you could
remember
beat.
that.
It was fantastic game. Now I went to the store and I see Superman, the NES game. There was no pictures of it on the back. This game was grimy.
So bad, they're like-
They didn't even show what it looked like on the back. I said, Mom, I want this.
They finessed you.
Finesse me. I got home and I turned that bullshit on. Yo, heartbreaking, yo. My pockets were raped and plundered. It was terrible.
It made you the Devin you are today.
Probably. It was probably
There were a
true.
lot of very impossible games. You guys ever play the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game?
Oh, yeah.
That wasn't impossible
No,
though.
but I just couldn't beat that game.
I beat that.
Oh, that was hard though.
The swimming part with the electricity was hard, but the only impossible game on Nintendo is Silver Surfer.
Yes, it is.
It
No,
is impossible.
Goonies is impossible.
No one ever
Goonies
beat
is
it.
absolutely impossible.
No one's ever beat it, ever.
Is it possible to beat it?
No.
No one on this earth has beat it. You're a liar. Your mom's a liar if you say you beat that game.
Did you beat it back here?
No one.
I never made past the underwater level.
Nobody ever beat that.
But wait, what? I don't like. What made that game so hard?
It was so hard, they found out how hard it was before they put it out, and then they made it where you could go to any level you wanted so you could see the whole game, or else you would have never made it to any.
So if you get hit once, like you're dead.
Yeah.
You get hit once, you're dead. I'm talking about anything. He's Silver Surfer. This dude is like damn near invincible. If he touches a flower, he's dead.
If it helps, in the game, like say this is my in-character model, I can have the smallest fly, like right here, touch me, dead.
Fly.
Or even if it's like right here, it'll still kill me. It's that bad.
It's a terrible video game.
We have Funcade here with some free play video games, right? A bunch of systems out in the
Yeah.
other room. Let's say we're here tomorrow. What game you picking and who you beating over here with it?
He can't beat nobody in games. Don't ever
No.
mention that.
Oh, he talks a lot.
Like, what are we playing?
Who wants
Playing
Not Street Fighter 2 for sure.
Oh, dude, I'm totally down for Mario Kart.
Wait.
I can play some Mario Kart.
Persona 4
Yes.
Put it out there.
Anybody can get the work in Smash.
Yeah.
Anybody can get the work in Super Smash.
Oh, you hear that?
What?
Whoa, that's it. Oh, snap. Yo, AJ, you hear what he said about my mom, though?
No, I'm about to fight now, too. Hold up.
Wow.
Yeah, he put the challenge
Are you
out
good?
there.
Are you that good?
No.
Oh, dude, I used to not
You
go
got
to sleep.
$20
I
tomorrow?
used to not go to sleep.
Y'all hear
No,
this?
why do we have to put this out till tomorrow? Let's do this tonight.
Yo!
Live streaming. Live streaming right now. Let's go.
Nah,
He's gotta get trained.
you got
There's no
it.
such thing. He says he's playing in the wee hours of the night. There's no such thing as practice.
Honestly, I think they shut the arcades down.
Oh,
I don't care.
He's like, we got electricity, I'll plug it right back in.
Exactly. You got all
I have
we can do this.
after panel and Dead Race too.
All right, well, we appreciate you guys having us on tonight.
Yeah, of course.
Thanks for coming out and playing, fighting. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Thank you guys. Guys, give it up. Thank you guys for coming out tonight. For the Party Nerds, make sure you guys check out our social media, The Party Nerds on Instagram and Party Nerds on Facebook. Everybody, Coleco Expo, you guys are awesome. Thank you guys for,
You guys
inviting
are
us.
awesome too. Party Nerds is apparently blowing up everywhere, so we couldn't ask for a better podcast. And this has been pretty amazing up here. So definitely gonna tune into your show and check it out. You guys are live
Tuesday
as it
nights.
could be.
Yep.
Yeah,
Tuesday
Every
nights.
Tuesday night, 6:45 on wildfireradio.com.
Where I could curse.
And if you want to see tomorrow, you want to see a matchup. What are we playing?
Super Smash Brothers.
Super Smash Brothers tomorrow in Edison, Coleco Expo. Swing by and hey, maybe we'll do a live feed there. What y'all think?
Maybe.
Holla.
All right.
Playing with Jigglypuff.
Peace out.
Cornell is still yet to beat me in Street Fighter.